Hello and welcome back. This deck just 5-0'd the most recent Standard League event, and it's a cool one. We're going to be taking it and converting it into a best of one deck. It's basically the Kona cheat engine with the Seriema, but instead of having 4 copies of Omniscience on top, which is a 10 mana non-legendary enchantment that is not fetchable off the Seriema, all of our win cons are legendary creatures that can be fetched off the Seriema. This includes a Valgavoth Terror Eater, a 9 mana 9/9 flying lifelink ward, very difficult to target, plus lifelink and flying is very hard to get through. It has Absolute Virtue, which is the most interesting one to me. It is a 8 mana 8/8 flyer. You have protection from each of your opponents. I think in theory this is much better than I think it is. I interpret this as I cannot be targeted by my opponent for like burn spells or discard spells or mill spells. But if you read the actual text, I've never actually played a protection from each opponent ability. It says you can't be dealt damage, enchanted, or targeted by anything controlled by your opponents. So if our opponents control creatures, we can't be dealt damage by them. If that's correct, then this is huge. This just shuts down all the mono red decks, the burn decks, and the Gruul aggro decks if the creatures controlled by them cannot deal damage to us. So I don't know if I'm interpreting that wrong. We're going to find out live today, but this seems bonkers if we can pick this card off the Seriema and play it against like 30% plus of the meta. Like, I'm going to be super thrilled by that. Ureni is probably the weirdest one to me. It's a, an 8 mana 10/10 flyer. It does have protection from white, protection from black. Protection from black is very good because there aren't too many black decks that also run sweepers. So, you get protection from Shoot the Sheriff. Protection from white is a little more interesting because, I'm thinking we're going to get protection from Get Lost. But it doesn't help us against Day of Judgment or Ultima. So that is a little bit sus to me. Plus, if we cheat this in off the Kona, we're only going to have 4 lands on turn 4. And so the secondary ability to deal X damage divided as you choose to creatures or planeswalkers for X the number of lands you control, it's only X equals 4. So this one's a little bit sus. I think it could be very good against mono black target removal, but against any white deck that plays a sweeper, I'm not sure how good that is. There is one more card missing from our suite of potential win cons to fetch, and that is an indestructible option that can survive Day of Judgment or Wrath effects. So I am going to go ahead and main deck the Summon Knights of the Round out of their sideboard. I think we're going to want it. I did look at one more card. There is this like dragon you can play. It's not actually a dragon. What is this thing? It's like a 8 mana 4/8 double strike trample indestructible. What is this thing called? Zetalpa Primal Dawn. Pretty similar, mostly in that it has indestructible. It's a pretty quick clock at 8 damage per turn, but I'm guessing Knights is maybe slightly better in more situations. So it doesn't have flying, and the creature a little bit smaller, so you might not be able to attack through every board state, but I think this might be better on average. So we'll trust the deck builder here and go with Summon Knights of the Round instead of Zetalpa. Rest of the deck, we're just going to make a couple changes for best of one. It only has 23 lands plus 2 Analyze the Pollens, so it's more like 25 land. I did play test it a bit, and the number of tap lands in the deck really are quite painful. Like, you can maybe survive it in best of 3, which tends to be slower, but I am worried about that in best of 1. So a couple changes we're going to make here is, first, I'm going to cut some copies of the Wily Duke, which is an interesting legendary creature. When it becomes tapped, i.e. off of any of your station stuff, you can gain a life and draw a card, so not bad. But I want to make space for the Hovership, because it just gives us more removal in best of 1, and also is going to give us more consistency in terms of just going right into Kona and tapping it. Like, in best of 1, I just want to be really consistent. I want to survive the aggro decks. This does all the things. It gives us an extra way to tap the Kona, and also allows us to survive against a creature with toughness 5 or less, because we can exile it. We also have a single copy of Split Up. This seems very cute and very cool. Obviously, we can pretty easily tap our entire board state and kill all of our opponent's untapped creatures. But I am looking for one more card to cut. I think to put in an extra land. So this is actually the card I am going to cut here. I think it's very cool. I just, I'm looking to put one more land in because, boy, you really just have to curve out. And especially in best of 1, you just got to curve out. So we're going to add an extra planes here. And then I'm still a little worried about all the tap lands we have. I'm going to cut a Portico, add a Forest. And because we added one more Hovership as another way to tap, I think I'm going to cut one of these station lands. I'm just really nervous about having some awkward curves. Like, if we can just Kona on 4 and win, I want to do that in best of 1, and I don't really want to screw around with taking a turn off because I don't think we can necessarily afford that. So we'll just count up our sources here and just try to be even on colors, although for the most part it looks like we need double white quite a bit more. So we have 4, 8, 9 green sources off the bat, and then 9 white. We could probably go one more on white just because double white's pretty important for us for sure. Okay, that's it. I'll just say last thing is you can use Analyze the Pollen to fetch a land, but then also late game, you can pretty easily go get a special creature as well. So yeah, I'm excited. This deck looks super fun. I've never played it before. I like that it's a different take on the Omniscience deck, and I like that it's probably even more consistent because you don't have to build the deck to like very intentionally dig or mill into Omniscience, which is part of the problem with the other deck, right? I didn't feel like I had space to include Voice of Victory in that many quantities, because I felt like we really just had to be digging on turn 2 with Dragonstorm or Cash Grab, or now we have the some kind of like Dredger's Insight thing. But if we can fetch our win con off the Seriema, then we can actually put in Voice of Victory, and that just shuts down all the opponent's ability to interact with our combo. So we're on the play, we got a 2-lander, plus we can fetch an extra land off the Insights. This is a keep for me. We have 1 tap land, tap land and come down on 1. It's Demir. Alright, so we just gotta hit our land drop here. Ideally, it's a white source or something to turn on the Verge. So I guess we actually take the basic forest, right, to turn on the second white source. Okay, we'll see. I guess the bat probably has to take the hover ship here. And then we can Seriema into Kona. And then we're just looking to hit 1 more land. We got the land. Okay. Well, we might as well Seriema into Kona here. We don't necessarily have to just play it out. We could try to set up with Voice next turn too. But cheating in the Mistmoors is not bad. Let's go get the Kona. Sitting on that 4th land. It's Kaito time, so we do get to just slam Mistmoors here. Opponent's completely tapped out. And we'll see if that's enough to win or not. Extra land, sure. Generally we need more whites, so we'll do this. Yeah, I think we're just dropping the Mistmoors and make them deal with it. So we can either station the Seriema, which eventually would give other tapped legendary creatures you control of indestructible, which seems decent. Or we don't have that many. Eventually this could be actually very good with the Mistmoors, but I think we're going to assume they're going to kill the Mistmoors fast. Let's go with this. Okay. So we cheat in the Mistmoors. And we can actually go ahead and crew some more stuff here. Can threaten to block the Kaito with 1 of these. Other tapped legendary creatures have indestructible. Okay. Do we want to crew the Adagia as well? Okay, they're just done. I'm just thinking, you know, if we do more station stuff, then they do get a Kaito attack. But if we start getting that station going and they don't kill the Mistmoors, and we can copy the Mistmoors, that's also basically game there. I'm not sure. Have to think more about that. What's the better play? Give them the free Kaito draw? I mean, their bit is they need to go for the throats. If they kill the Mistmoors and they kill the Seriema, and we're left with a Kona with nothing to cheat in, then we're actually in a pretty bad place. So maybe you keep maybe you keep both blockers back to threaten to kill the Kaito. Requires a bit more resources on their part. I'm not sure. When it goes first, we do have a Seam Rip in the opening hand, which I do like. Seriema and Kona, and something to cheat in. We're totally happy with this. It's mono red. Okay. Seam Rip onto nothing? I don't think so. Do nothing again. I did not like how this game went last time. They did nothing till 3. They played a Nemesis on 3. I had a hard time dealing with that. Yeah, there it is. But we do have Valgavoth on the way, in theory. So we can just play the hover ship here. We're just missing that next land. If we fetch a legendary creature, we could fetch the Wily, but I think you just target creature with toughness 5 or less and hope we top deck the land. And then just crew the Kona into the Valgavoth. Okay. Alright, we're still alive here. No stick for one. We don't top deck the land. That's okay. We'll probably just go get it off the inside here. And can seam rip the challenger. Wow, no land at all. Do we need the next Kona? If they zap the first one immediately, could be bad. Yeah, I don't think we need more win cons. But we don't hit the land here, which is too bad. 24 land plus. Plus we run the double Analyze the Pollens. And now they know the bit, right? If they're gonna hold Lightning Strike, then here's the time to do it. Okay, we only have one non-basic. Alright, land off the top. Non-tap land off the top. It's a tap land off the top. This is a creature with toughness 5 or less, yeah? We're almost there. I don't think we need to fetch more legends. I think we just need to get Valgavoth in there. We should not have a main deck to braid. I don't think they're going to kill the hover ship. They do have 2 mana open for Lightning Strike. They leveled the claw. Alright, we get to resolve Valgavoth. We're down to 8. More land, a little bit late. Power up the ship or attack. This could make a copy of an artifact, which could potentially be useful, I guess. I don't think attacking matters. Alright, cheat in the lifelinker. And do not tap it. Okay, and we'll just hope. We'll hope that they can't burn us from 8 to 0 just with cards in hand. We're going to find out real soon. If they attack all button, that'd be interesting too. I think we just throw away the Valgavoth into a challenger and just say, okay, if they can double strike the challenger somehow and pump it to the moon, let's just block as much damage and take the 9 lifelink. We can cheat out the Mistmores next turn. Alright. Okay, you got it. We now have it under the Valgavoth. 2 attacks. Okay. I mean, I think we want to Kona again here. So we're doing it before combat, I guess. And then we'll attack with a 9/9 lifelink. I think that should be fine. They do have the Lightning Strike, but I don't think it's that big a deal. They have at least 3 damage here. I don't think they're going to kill us from 17, right? I think you just take the lifelink while you can get it. Can we cast this for free? Oh my gosh. How many of these can we do per turn? Oh, the cast pay life equal to its mana value rather than its cost. Okay, my bad. I mean, it's still pretty good, right? Okay, I think that's worth it. Not gonna lie, I did not read the... I didn't realize we could pay life instead of casting it. So we got a bit lucky, right? Like, we happen to have the win con in hand, which lines up to the matchup. Like, the lifelink one is one of the best ones to have. I guess most of them would have been pretty good. Maybe Ureni just would have been the one that would have been lackluster. The 10/10 flyer, block 1 creature, the other one still gets in for damage, we still take life. Maybe we don't have enough lands to kill one of them, though in this case we would have had enough lands to kill at least one of them. So that's the one I'd at least want to have in that matchup. And a little bit sus on it overall. We'll have to see how it lines up. We have only white on the play. We have no payoffs in hand. We are doing nothing here. We're a combo deck with nothing. If we had green, we could dredge inside. We don't even have green. I think you probably mulligan this. Okay. Sariema, go fetch Kona. We don't have a payoff, but we'll keep this, I think. And maybe we bin to get lost and just try to dig for a combo piece. Keep the insight. Even the Wily can help us dig. Like, if we don't combo off, we do nothing with the whole deck, right? So, let's ignore interaction. Hope that gets us far enough. This deck's super fun. I'm really enjoying this. Credits to the creator. I'll go ahead and credit the... I should have done this in the beginning, but I actually forgot. This opens up green. I'll go ahead and grab their name real quick once we wait for the opponent to go. Alright, so we're looking for a Kona or a win con. There's a win con we can play. We have plenty of land. We'll do it. And then the creator of this deck is called Lady Frey. So credits to Lady Frey, who 5-0'd the Standard League event either yesterday or the day before. It's Gruul, but it's probably not Gruul Landfall. It's probably like Gruul Aggro with the Might or Naya Enchantments. Okay, could be interesting. Definitely not a freebie win here. Oh, it's actually Delirium. Okay. Still, I think we're just going and fetching the Kona here. They might have zero interaction for us at all. So there's the Kona. Oh, this deck's nasty, man. I don't think they'll have a way to kill the 3 toughness creature. I mean, they could have a torch. They could sack the Fear and torch it for 3. I think we're definitely taking that risk, though. I think likely they have no interaction at all. Pure aggro, you know, instants for double strike, stuff like that. I don't know. While the opponent goes, I will read some comments here. The Rizzle Dizzle says, he read my comment. So now I get to comment on you getting excited that I read your comment. Here's the breakout. There is one red open. They could still potentially torch away the Kona. And we'll see if they can hit Delirium or not. Nope, artifact, creature, sorcery. They'd have to cast like an instant right now. Or a mill spell right now. But they know we have the combo in hand. So if they have torch, they have to hold on to torch. And then they have to sack the Fear Missing Out. They go for it though. So that is 10 damage to the face. And then you and I together get to learn if protection from opponents is as good as I thought it was in the intro. It's a land. It's a Kona. I don't think really anything matters, right? Like, either this does what I think it does, and they have no ability to ever win. You can't be dealt damage, enchanted, or targeted by anything controlled by your opponents. Can't be dealt damage by anything controlled by your opponents. Alright. We will find out. In theory, that means we can just do whatever the hell we want, right? They shouldn't be able to bounce this, shouldn't be able to kill it. I'll be shocked. This is the maximum greed, right? We're just saying, screw you, do whatever you want. We can't be dealt damage by creature. I don't know how this is going to work. This could not work. This could absolutely not work. I've never seen this line of text before. But I'm not anticipating them going like double Obliterating Bolt or like Witchstalker's Frenzy plus Torch. I think they'll have a lot of, you know, pump spells. I don't know if they can beat this. All right, do we lose or do we take 0 damage? Or do they have double Witchstalker Frenzy? Okay. Yes, let's go. Yes. All right, I'm glad we read the text correctly. That is what it says, but I've never actually seen that before. Damn, that is pretty hype. Oh man, that's nasty. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Okay, I am very hyped for this deck. Okay. Mr. Soulzor says, someone have an idea to beat Azorius Control with this deck. What is this? I'm playing the Jeskai Artifacts deck in this comment video. How do we beat... So the question is, how do we beat Azorius Control if we are playing Jeskai Artifacts? And then he goes on to say, getting counterspelled every time I'm trying to play a card. Bros never use the mana. This is so annoying. Honestly, the answer is you don't. You just don't. You beat so many other things. Starcade just annihilates so many things. But yeah, you just fold. You fold to Ultimo. We're going to play with a lot of tap lands here. We do have the combo. Oh man, we're on the play. Oh man, yeah, I think you probably still keep this. On the play, on the draw you don't. On the play you might. Because we just win, right? If it works. We do want one more land to come in untapped. We probably don't need to show them the Adagia just yet. We want one untapped land, if we can get it. This we could cast on 2 to protect the combo. Depends what they have, right? Yeah. No, because we can just fetch another Kona. Man, I don't know if this is even worth keeping. It's an okay card. Okay. Well, that's a little more interesting to see. We don't know if they're controller artifacts. I feel like we need to fetch something very specific off the Seriema. We'll still go with this. Let's try to learn a little bit more about them before we, Seriema. I think we need... Oh man, we really don't know. We don't know if we need Anti-Wrath or what. Dude's stuck on one land, though. We don't know what we need yet. So let's chill on that, I guess. And we'll just Kona and tap it off the Adagia and cheat in Valgavoth. There's no point in attacking, because they net up more life, right? Hopefully they can't kill a tapped creature. We don't know if they're artifacts. We don't know. They are artifacts. Okay. So we want, man, we don't have a good answer to this, do we? We basically want untargetable by white, right? But they can still get through it. So Ureni could be the best thing we could fetch here. Means they can't snare us away. I mean, let's just assume they can't deal with Valgavoth to start. Comes in tapped anyway. That's interesting. We actually don't even have to crew the Adagia. Okay, so here's a big nasty card. Let's see if they can snare and sack 3 permanents. They can. Okay. If they sack everything else, though, which is interesting. So now what's more important? Getting in damage or, we don't have a way to kill this artifact, right? Protection meets your opponents. I think Ureni untargetable is the best we can do, actually. A legendary creature card? Oh, this isn't even legendary. Oh, we should put in the other guy then. My bad. Let's do that after this game. We can either attack or we can crew the Kona to go fetch the Absolute. Okay, they're done. Let's go ahead and take out the Knights thing. I didn't realize that that was not fetchable. I think that makes a huge difference. Let's go put in the random dragon I was talking about. Yeah, I think you want to be able to fetch that. I think in the matchup with Sweepers, you just want to be able to fetch that. Let's just make that change real quick. I think it's worth doing. I think having every win-con fetchable is just very good. I don't know what this thing is called. I know it's a dragon with like 6 or 7 mana. It's probably rare Mythic. I think it starts with a V. I think you want this instead. We'll put this guy back in the sideboard. I forgot it's not legendary. And then we'll test and see if it shows up in the opening hand immediately or not. Because there is that potential thing where every time you add a new card, it shows up in the opening hand. But yeah, I think in that game, I'm not sure. I think instead of prioritizing attacking with the Kona, I think you continue to station the Adagia. Because you can definitely get to a state where you just want the Adagia stationed so that you can copy like Mistmore's or Dredger's Insight or something. We're on the draw. Double Insight is pretty good. Mana's not bad either. We can probably keep this. We can dig for the cards that we're missing. Alright. Potentially true Azorius control. We'll see if our new dragon, our new legendary dragon, can carry the team. Voice is also going to be good for us. Let's not show him the Adagia just yet. Let's get down this tap land instead. Basic Forest. It's okay. I don't think I'm going to prioritize that here. Technically, it would allow us to curve out. Okay, so now we think it's mill. So now we actually have a couple things we want. We can try to just dig, I guess, for combo pieces. Or we can go for Voice of Victory. I think we need to dig, though. Currently, we're not winning with this hand. Okay, so there's the Sariema and the Kona. And the Zatalpa is actually one of the cards we would want, but I think we have to leave that one down there now. You just go like Sariema here. Go fetch the Kona, the next Kona. It's a little bit suspect because we now can't get the Zatalpa, and the indestructible card is one of the cards we would want here. We're gonna have a lot of sweepers, so I don't know if we're gonna win this matchup. I think it's gonna be pretty tough for us. I think we will try the Sariema here still. It could definitely get countered. We could throw them a Wily Duke. But we're just under time pressure, right? Let's see if they want to counter this. Okay. Stuck on 3 lands. Alright, I think we Voice and then Insight. Not give them anything super good to counter. Let's see if they want to counter this. Them being stuck on lands is huge. Just gives us a chance to win. They let it go. We get to resolve whatever we want now. I think we'll just take the Insight over the map tokens. Okay, kind of a whiff. We already have Adagia. So I think we'll just take a basic, basically. Yeah, definitely whiff there. Okay. But now they need to deal with Voice, or we do just get to Sariema. Okay, goes down, 1 mana open. So either we can Sariema to go fetch the Kona, or we can get a Mistmore's down. I just think Mistmore's is too slow. We're not really favored to win this matchup right now, as it stands. We have 4, 5, 6, 7-ish lands. And our indestructible creature's gone. I think we'll still take the Kona. I don't think we need to get lost anything. So next turn they can just sweep the whole board. So I actually think we want to Mistmore's here, sadly. It does play under the sweeper at least, but we're not really quite fast enough to beat the mill win con. Okay. Tap land. Yeah, I don't think we can beat... I don't think we're going to win this game. Our major out was to have Zetalpa. Even that, turns out, might be hard to get down. To get through various counterspells and have Kona survive and have everything go right. And yeah, having the indestructible creature versus the 4 Day of Judgments and like 2 or 3 Singularity Rupture things on top, I think is probably one of the ways to win. But now we have 0 gas. The only thing we can do is if we crew Adagia enough times, we could potentially copy the Seriema and dig for more cards. I think that's the best thing we can do here. Station's a sorcery, so I'm going to prioritize this over the map token, I think. So they can respond now. We can either use a map token, or we can start stationing the Adagia. Alright. You got it? Okay, nothing to do. If we hit Analyze the Pollen, we have 2 starting towns, which means what? Which means we still cannot cast Ureni. We could always cast the Absolute guy. Can we actually cast you? Why? Oh, we have green, yeah. I mean, this thing just dies, right? Or gets countered, unfortunately. Gosh, I think we wait for them to Singularity Rupture. I think dropping this now, just having it countered, is a waste. I think we hope they get greedy and have only 2 mana open for No More Lies and not 3 steps ahead, and they just don't have the No More Lies in hand. Okay, this does not help at all. Yeah, this is pretty tough. I don't know there's much we can do here. I mean, turn 3 of the game or turn 2 of the game, we could have... Oh, that's bad too. Man, we could have tried to keep the Zetalpa. Just assuming this is the matchup. Even so, we're never going to be able to hard cast it through the counters. And our Kona died immediately, right? Upon activation of the station. So even with that, maybe we lose. I think the sequencing have to be nice. They'd have to not be able to kill the Kona, and we get into the Zetalpa, and then I think we actually would have a decent chance to win. But as it stands, double star charts, we could probably scoop fairly soon. I think just for video entertainment's sake, I think we'll try to cast Ureni here. I think after dig 16, add 4, they will have a counter. They'll counter it, and then we just scoop, because I don't think this is the right matchup for us. I think it has to go pretty well with Zetalpa. Indestructible, and then you just have to win from there. They could still potentially beat it. If they have a Meringue, they could bounce the Zetalpa and then counter the next turn too. So it's not even an auto win, but I think it's worth the include. All right, I will hard cast my Ureni into your 3 open mana after your dig 16, and then I think we can all just call it a day and move on to the next game. 30 steps ahead. Okay, we're good. I don't think we need to. We could wait, but I don't think it's helping anybody. All right, what other comments we got? Why Baps asks again about one of my Jeskai Artifacts vids. What does this deck even do against Doorkeeper Thrall? They have no answer for it, and it completely shuts down their game plan. My guess is I have never heard of this card, and nobody on Earth plays this card. And so maybe you're right, but it's not meta because it's not good enough against every other deck played. So I'll go ahead and look it up, but I have no idea what this card is. When it goes first, it's not amazing, but like, if you didn't know what our deck was, okay. We have interaction. We have a very strong card. Okay, potentially blue-black here. Start with a fast lane, do nothing. Doorkeeper Thrall. Card has never been played before. MTG Doorkeeper Thrall. I wonder if it's even in standard. Okay, they bat away. Maybe they get lost? Maybe they get lost. Get lost isn't that bad for them. Doorkeeper Thrall is a murder at Karlov's Manor card. Yeah, I think we'll still wait to get lost here. They could counter it, but then we get to hover ship anyway. I'm not even sad if they counter it, to be honest. I don't even know if I want to counter this. Or I don't even know if I want to get lost this thing. I think I'd rather just hover ship it away. And not give them the free map token value. Well, we'll see if they counter this. A little Phantom Interference action. So, Doorkeeper Thrall is a 2-mana 1/2 flash flyer. Artifacts and creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. So I will just say this. If you are main decking Doorkeeper Thrall in Best of 1 Standard, you are correct. It does completely shut down the Jeskai Artifacts deck, which is the highest win rate deck in Standard. But you're not really doing anything against anyone else. You're just going to get steamrolled by everyone else. So people leave these kind of comments all the time. It's like, but what about this one thing? But what about? It's like, okay, but yes, you can come up with a very specific scenario, but does it help with everything? All right, dude still got 2 mana open. We'll go for the Kona here. You think they have a counterspell? Maybe we go for Voice instead. And then try to do it next turn. Feels a bit safer, because if we resolve the Mistmoors, is very, very good, right? Okay, opponent lets it resolve. We could attack, but I think we're just chilling. Could block the Drowner. We could kill the Siren to prevent the Kaito, or we can just let them tap out for it, and then we get to Kona for free, which I think I might prefer. Let's see what they do here. Man, I think if they can Kaito, you let them Kaito, they draw a card, they're tapped out. We for sure get to Kona, although I don't know if we blow to get lost here. Means they don't get to Kaito. We know they can't counter anything through Voice of Victory. We give them a bunch of map tokens to use, and then we don't have an answer to Kaito later. Okay, let's give them the Kaito if they want the Kaito. No, they just want the 2 damage. So now we find out if they can kill the Voice of Victory. They could sack the map token and still play the 1 mana thing. The Void Rend, I don't know what it's called. Okay, I don't think it's worth... That's a good card for them. They bin it, okay. They do have the, what I was calling Void Rend, Treasure Trajectory. Okay. Well, they're all tapped out, and they binned a pretty good card for them. We do get the uncontested Kona. And we get to do this. And we might as well attack. Okay, free Mistmoors. 6/6 plus a couple 2/2s. Down to 11. I hope they have more Bitter Triumphs in hand. They do need to kill the Mistmoors. And we can, of course, run it back next turn. Alright. Did. Just 1 mana open. Flying Blocker is still very good against Dimir. Cecil, okay. You can't be dealt damage, enchanted, or targeted by anything controlled by your opponents. But they can just kill the Virtue. I think this is the last card we want to come down. So if we play the Mistmoors for free, could either Insight here, or just like Hover Ship. There's nothing we really want to hover ship other than like Cecil, right? I think we save this for a cat, which means this turn we just insight. The next Mistwars is very good against them, right? CRM is interesting because we could potentially go get like Ureni or Valgavoth to be almost unbeatable, right? Assuming we can actually cast it. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of sold on that. Let's go ahead and not attack. Let's crew again here. And then I think we can do this. We'll have 3 blockers back. They don't have enough mana to play a cat and also like kill all of our blockers. Let's try this again. Still have Get Lost available. I think this is a decent... We could just trade the 2/2/1s here. Be fine with that. Goes down to 10, no flip. I think we'll chill with the Get Lost. They do have mana open for something nice here. 6. Seriema before combat. Ureni would deal 4 damage split up. Valgavoth should be very difficult for them to get through, right? Done. Okay. Okay, nice. Alright, we got a couple more with this deck. Super, super freaking fun. Really like it. Pudgeon says, thank you for not cutting that last game with my Jeskai video yesterday. That right there is why you're one of, if not solely, the best MTGA YouTuber. Very flattering, thank you. Still a great game with lots of decision points. One to play. Yeah, Treasure's Insight I think makes us keepable. We can always try to hunt up a combo piece. It's fine to start. By the way, you mentioned being concerned of double Phantom Interference a few times. But you did have Misrise Village to make the spell uncounterable on those occasions. Yeah, I did that for a reason. Okay, so they likely have no combo. So we can just Dredger's Insight and look for our own pieces. Sorry, they likely have no interactions. I don't think we need to prioritize Voice of Victory here. Okay, a little bit of a whiff. Yeah, I guess we're taking this. I think I was leaving the mana open because, either I was holding something in hand for 2, or I wanted to threaten that we were holding something in hand for 2. And I figured if they had the double Phantom Interference, we could just let them have it. And if not, I could still hold up in 2 mana for whatever my intention was. I was doing it intentionally. I don't remember exactly what my reasoning was. Okay. So we can get Kona here, I guess. Cheat in a bigger Mistwars next turn. All facilitators and no payoffs. It's a payoff. Okay. Cool. We can always get lost you. Adagio. Alright, I think we start with this. Flank blockers are nice. We're not really going to block anyone with the Mistwars anyway. I think we can do this. We could jump the Ajani or just leave it, given that we have Get Lost coming. And we would take the trades with the bats. Okay. Who are we taking? Taking the Kona. No more cheats for us. Alright, let's see who gets in there. Again, they have no cards left in hand. I think we might take this chump here. I think we have enough good stuff coming our way that it's worth it. Two, that'd be, let's see, two, yeah, I think this is fine. And then we'll just get lost this thing. Yeah, get lost. We can attack with the Mistmores pretty easily. Makes more flying blockers. They don't have enough toughness to block us. I think if they top deck the Hope of Light, whatever, like starting hand thing, that would be a big issue. Turn all the 1/1s into 3/3s. Then we may have a bit bigger issue. But if they don't top deck that specifically, I think we'll probably be okay. Yeah, I felt bad. You know, sometimes I feel bad about the videos I film. Like, if it's just like games like that where it goes on forever and end up losing anyway. And at some point, maybe halfway through, I know I'm probably gonna lose. Like, oh man, is this worth keeping in the video or not? Like, should I redo it? I don't know. We're on the draw with no green. Double removal and Mistmores, no combo per se. I'm not in love with this hand. I think I'm gonna mulligan this one. Okay, we've analyzed the pollen and green. We still don't have much combo action, but I think I'll still keep this. I don't think I'm gonna go to 5. You can go back. Mono red's a bit scary. I think we are just fetching the land here, though. Go get a basic white. Starting town plot. Okay. Definitely scurred. At least Mistmores could actually block that pretty well if we're not dead by turn 4 on the draw. Nemesis to the face. Lovely, thank you for that. Okay. I guess we could attack here, right? We're not blocking a whole lot, to be honest. We're not even double blocking the Nemesis. Let's give him what for. Maybe this is unnecessary, but we don't really have a clear path to victory. We have no combo. We hope the slick shot does not obliterate us this turn, but it very likely could. Before we have a chance to get some flyers down. Okay. Are we slick shotting? Yeah, but there's only one man open. Bolt life to the face. Yeah, we're pretty much dead here. Took the mulligan. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I don't think we're blocking. I think there's no combination of cards that really gets us there now. Because we can't beat the Nemesis. Attack for 6 drops into 11. But yeah, I think we're just losing this game, right? We need at least one person to block the Nemesis. Took the mulligan, no combo. I think it's just a non-game for us. Alright. Okay. Alright, you got it. No cards played. Voomp says, I enjoyed seeing the losses, even if they are long and painful, as that last game certainly was. Alright, I'm glad you enjoyed it then. Hey, Arturo-san says thanks. And he gifted me $4.99, so thank you very much for that. That's very generous of you. On the Jeskai subscribers deck. I'm glad you liked it. This could be the original creator of the deck. Maybe he's the one who's gifting, I'm not sure. Because Arturo-san doesn't match up with the name of who I think the author of the deck was. Splinge says, glad you had a good time with this one, the Jeskai subscriber deck. Wish you had a better chance to use the Teachings Toolbox. Yeah, we didn't really get to use it a whole lot, but deck performed well, more deck lists to come. Oh, this is the original author. Whose name is maybe redacted, which I'll keep private, just because I don't know if people care that much. Cool, hand looks great. We're on the draw, we have a little bit of interaction. There's no 1-drop yet. And we can go right into Siriema. We've got our 4th land. Go right into Kona, into Ireni. We'll see how Ireni does versus this matchup. Shock in Bat. Has to take the Seam Rip, though. And now they know the full bit. So we'll see if they let us get away with it or not. I mean, you gotta take Seamer up here, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, fast land is fine. Do nothing. Preacher. Opponent's making moves. And then we get to find out if they hold open mana for a big Kona turn, then we're pretty sad. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Kona. And then we can try one more time. We can Seriam again, go fetch something else. Attack all button, blocker, and draw a card. 4 mana open. And we gotta go for it. Do nothing. Don't love that. Don't love that. I don't think we need to show him that last land. There's nothing else really to do here, right? We just let him counter the Kona or kill the Kona. I think there's nothing we can do. Yup. Alright, we get one more go at this. We get the Seriema. If we're lucky, we hit like a 2-drop. We don't have too many 2-drops that are useful here. Maybe Dredger's Insight would be the best one. Alright, attack, draw a free card. Kaito in.
Just in time to save the day. Now I know your weakness.
Okay, it is in fact a 2-drop. I think there's no reason... We can play the Seriema first, I guess, under the counter spell. There's nothing else we'd want to draw for a 3-drop, right? If they had no counter, we get a hover ship to take the Schism. But I think we just got to combo off. I just hope they don't have removal. It's very low probability, but I think that's still the best path. Leave open green. Yeah, I guess we have to do this, right? I mean, I think we have to. I don't think it's worth trying to do anything else. Yeah, I think it's just it. Yeah. I'm gonna keep this one. We'll try one more time. We'll go get Kona. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 mana next turn. Can't cast anything hard cast anyway. Yeah, what'd you get, Kona? Okay, well, Insight. See if they can just find lethal. Take the Mistmores, yeah. Okay, so opponent has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage currently. No creature lands, otherwise we'd be truly dead. And then he needs a Shoot the Sheriff or Bitter Triumph, or one more counterspell. He's pushing for damage here.
I just hate it.
And he gets 2 draws to do it. He gets 2 draws and 2 surveils. So a dig 4 to hit a removal spell. Even so, we still might lose. Alright, we'll play the untapped land. Yeah, this is it. If you counter kill us, we just lose. Alright, and it's dead. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. That's just how it's gonna go sometimes. But if you pop off, it's good. I like the consistency. I like the, yeah, I like being able to fetch the win con instead of Omniscience. It was fun. I had a really fun time with it. I also like the different win cons. I like being able to think, you know, having a very specific answer for a very specific situation. I think the deck's super fun. I think it's very fun. I had a really good time with it today. Yeah. I think what we have here is probably about what I would do. I do like the change to put in Zetalpa, because I did not realize that, yeah, Summon Knights of the Round is not a legendary creature. It's an enchantment creature, so you can't actually fetch it. I really like the fetchability. I think in those matchups versus the control opponents, you're going to be very happy to be able to go turn 3 Seriema. If you can ever resolve the Kona, then be able to fetch the Zetalpa, or play the Zetalpa and have an indestructible versus Day of Judgment and Ultima, I think is going to be very good against that matchup. So I think this is a superior card to put in. I still don't know if you need any Ureni at all. I could definitely see cutting this and either putting nothing in or putting in, what would you want in a random scenario? Probably most decks can't handle Vagelvoth, right? So if you had to put in a duplicate, I think you could probably cut Irani and put in Valgavoth, because if you need protection from white or black, they have to sack 3 permanents. That's a huge blow. So you can keep it in or not. Maybe it's useful, but this is the one I'm most sus about. Overlord's great because it's a cheap card. You can just play on 4. You don't have to cheat it in. Cheating it in is still very good, and it's very good against Amir and get a lot of blockers out of that. I do like the hover ship change. Some games we just got run over and you just need more interaction. So having more hover ships in there versus the Wily, I think is pretty good. We cut the split up, which I think is fine. Maybe it's useful, maybe it's not, but I think hover ship is probably just better in a lot of scenarios. And up the land of 24, cut some tap lands, try to be a little bit faster in best of 1. Yeah, I liked it. I had a super fun time with this deck today. So if you enjoyed today's video, you can like and subscribe and leave a comment. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.